Good evening. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. I'm Akshita and over the next half hour, we're getting you all the latest updates to the Parliament security breach from the investigation where the accused now are currently the Patiala House Court. The Delhi police all set to seek maximum custody of the accused. To the politics that's playing out, that's led to an unprecedented 15 opposition MPs being suspended. We'll get you all the latest on the story. A look at the headlines first. Sensational details on Parliament security breach. 6 accused hatched the plan in 2022 through social media. Intruders Sagar and Manoranjan also held a Parliament recce. Opposition MPs suspended for disrupting House proceedings as India allies corner Modi government over Parliament breach. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh assures thorough investigation. Key Parliament breach conspirator Lalit still on the run. Last location traced to Rajasthan's Neemrana. India Today tracks down friend with who Lalit shared the breach video to. Parliament security breach prompts a security overhaul. Visitors gallery to be encased, full body scanners at the entry gates. The other big stories of the day. Big win for Hindu side in Mathura after Gyanvapi. Allahabad High Court allows survey of disputed Eidgah Mosque in Krishna Janmabhoomi Temple. Massive crowds continue to throng the Sabrimala temple. War of words erupts as Congress hits out at left government for crowd mismanagement. The Kerala governor claims heavy rush to blame. And as we get you all the latest on the Parliament security breach, let's begin by telling you about the political showdown that we witnessed in Parliament today. In both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the opposition were up on their feet from the get-go, demanding an answer from Home Minister Amit Shah. So you had, in fact, in both houses, non-stop suspensions. TMC MP Derek O'Brien suspended from Rajya Sabha, and in the Lok Sabha, 14 MPs were suspended for not allowing the House to function.
और भारत माता की जय की नारेबाजी आपको दिखाई देगी। महिला आप कौन है मैडम? क्यों नारेबाजी कर रही हैं आप?
The biggest parliament security breach since the terror attack in 2001 has now sparked a showdown in the House, with the opposition trying to corner the Narendra Modi government.
गलत तरीका है, आप जाकर सदन में बैठिए।
The opposition disrupted proceedings in the Lok Sabha, demanding answers from Home Minister Amit Shah. Similar scenes played out in the Rajya Sabha as well.
Hereby name Shri Derek O'Brien. Derek O'Brien is hereby named to leave the House immediately. What are you doing?
In the upper house, TMC parliamentary party leader Derek O'Brien was suspended from the remainder of the winter session.
Having taken a serious note of the ignoble misconduct of Sri Derek O'Brien, has been continuously shouting slogans, gesticulating aggressively at the chair, thereby disrupting proceedings of the House in utter disregard to the authority of the chair, and having been named by the chair, resolves that the above mentioned member, Sri Derek O'Brien, be suspended from the service of the Council.
Similarly, in the Lok Sabha, 14 opposition members of parliament, including Kanimore of the DMK and Manikam Tagore of the Congress party, were suspended.
This House, having taken the serious note of the misconduct of Sri T.N. Pratapan, Sri Hibi Hidden, Sushri Jyotimani, Kumari Ramya Haridas, and Sri Dean Kuriakos, in utter disregard to the House and the authority of the chair, and having been named by the chair, resolved that above mentioned members to be suspended from the service of the House for the remainder session under Rule 374(2).
The Modi government, while not giving in to the demands by the opposition for a debate and statement by the Home Minister, listed past instances of security breach.
Sir, in the past also, Many such incidents have been taken place. I am not comparing the past incidents, but we have to learn lesson from our past to bring the bright future.
The government has urged the House to speak in one voice.
In my opinion, this matter concerns us all, and we have to speak in one voice, sir, on such a grave national issue. No politics is expected to be done by anyone on such issues.
The opposition, however, is showing no signs of backing down. Sources say India bloc leaders will be seeking an appointment with the President Draupadi Murmu, that to raise the issue of the Parliament security breach. They are also demanding a joint parliamentary committee consisting of members with prior experience in policing, security and law to be set up to investigate the breach.
इतने बड़े घटना घटी है, ना आप तक कोई प्राइम मिनिस्टर की कोई बयान आई, ना होम मिनिस्टर की कोई बयान, सब चुप्पी साधे है। मतलब इनसे कोई ताल्लुकात ही नहीं है लगता है।
हमको कहा गया था, ये नया सदन बना है ये, कि फुल प्रूफ सिक्योरिटी अरेंजमेंट है। परिंदा भी अंदर नहीं घुस सकता, परिंदा भी पैर नहीं मार सकता। इस प्रकार से सुरक्षा व्यवस्था है। कल हमने क्या देखा, 2-4 लड़के घुस गए।
The Bharatiya Janata Party, on the other hand, is pointing fingers at the opposition. The party's IT cell chief posted old images and videos of one of the accused, Neelam, taking part in the protests earlier, calling her an Andolan Jeevi and a supporter, allegedly, of the Congress party. Bureau Report, India Today.
So 15 opposition MPs suspended in one day. One in Rajya Sabha, that's TMC MP Derek O'Brien, who faces perhaps more action because he refused to leave the House. And in the Lok Sabha, 14 MPs because they stormed the well of the House. And joining me live here on 6 PM Prime is DMK MP Kanimuri. She's also been suspended right now from Lok Sabha. Unprecedented, ma'am, what we've seen in the Lok Sabha, 14 MPs being suspended. But the reasoning they're saying is that your suspension is because you stormed the well of the House, which is unacceptable, that you went too close to the Speaker.
No, today we were protesting because we wanted the Home Minister or the Prime Minister to come and give a statement in Parliament, and that's what they should have done. But the Union government behaved like, it was a everyday thing, and they wanted to continue with the discussions in Parliament, and they wanted to run the Parliament as usual without any statement or explanation about what happened yesterday. So when we protested, and especially the MP who had signed the pass to allow both the people who jumped into the House, he is there in Parliament today. But people who protested, for justice and to ask for an explanation and hold the government accountable have been suspended.
You're holding the central government accountable. You want a statement from Home Minister Amit Shah. The government says, why are you demanding that the Home Minister speak on this? It's after all the Speaker who should say something. He ensures the security of the Lok Sabha and he's spoken on it. So they're accusing you of unnecessarily politicizing this entire issue.
Well, there's no need for us to politicize it. We want to know why did the MP sign it, and what is the connection between the BJP MP and those two people who jumped, who breached security and came into Parliament? There's no explanation about that. And how can you say the Prime Minister and the Home Minister are accountable for anything which happens within the country? How can we not hold the government accountable for it? Yes, it's the Speaker also. But Speaker hasn't given any statement as such. He said that he's asked for an inquiry. But what have they questioned the MP who signed the passes? Have they taken any action against the person? Have they suspended him? Nothing. He is there in Parliament, and whereas we who are trying to ask for an explanation
So then,
in a democratic country have been suspended.
okay, so you're demanding that Pratap Simha also there be action against, but what, according to you, ma'am, would be an appropriate response by the government? Because they're saying, look, we're investigating. The Speaker has said that we're looking into this very gravely. So as per you, what should the government be doing here?
I think yesterday the Home Minister or the Prime Minister should have come to Parliament and made a suo motu statement. And or at least today they were adjournment motions. They should have allowed a discussion, and one of them should have come to Parliament and replied to the discussion. Nothing happened. So it is the duty of the opposition to question and hold the government accountable for what happened yesterday. It is a serious lapse of security. Just because nobody got hurt, and just because they just had some kind of canisters with gas, doesn't mean that it's a very simple thing and it's a very normal thing. It is not. If you can jump from the gallery into the Parliament, then what kind of building is it that the entire planning doesn't include security? They have not thought of security, and if the House was full and the MPs had tried to get out of Parliament at the same time, there would have been a stampede when all the MPs were trying to get out. When two people can jump into Parliament, and it was the MPs who actually caught them.
Sure.
And marshals inside. The security was nowhere till for a long time. So it is has a lot of questions which are unanswered, and I think it is a duty of the government to answer these questions.
But now the result, ma'am, of the kind of protests that have been held in Parliament by you and several of your colleagues is that you've been suspended. So now how will you continue this fight? Because you can no longer be a part of the Lok Sabha proceedings for the remainder of the session. So there's no question of raising this now in Parliament.
No, the leader of my party and the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has condemned the suspension. He said this is not democracy and undemocratic ways in which we've been suspended, and he said it has to be revoked. We will continue our protest outside the Parliament, and I'm sure the leaders inside the Parliament will continue the protest and ask for an explanation.
All right. So Kanimuri there, one of the suspended MPs speaking to us here on India Today. Thank you, ma'am, for taking the time out and joining us here on India Today. Along with her, 13 others in the Lok Sabha alone have been suspended. And then in the Rajya Sabha, you have TMC MP Derek O'Brien, who's now leading a silent protest over his suspension. And he's someone who refused to even leave the House once he was suspended, leading to the government also proposing that his case be sent to the Privilege Committee to see whether more action needs to be taken against him for failing to listen to the Rajya Sabha chairman. So all our drama really that we witnessed in Parliament a day after that security breach, because the opposition believes that the government hasn't taken this issue seriously. They're saying there's no question of proceedings continuing normally until our questions are answered. And they want the Home Minister, some of them saying the Prime Minister should also be there, issuing a statement in Parliament on what happened, what led to the security breach. I also want to bring in on this broadcast another member of Parliament who's been suspended now for his protest in the Lok Sabha today. Mr. Manikyam Tagore, Congress MP, is joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Tagore, good evening, sir. Vanakkam. Can you tell us what exactly happened, sir? Why have you been suspended?
Vanakkam, good evening. As we all know that yesterday's parliamentary security breach, and then today we have wanted the Honorable Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, to make a statement in Sabha. As he is the in charge of security in the Delhi and the intelligence part also. And we had moved, I had moved personally, I had moved the adjournment motion for requesting the Home Minister to make a statement. We wanted Home Minister to make a statement. They suspended us.
But can you tell me something, sir, Mr. Tagore? And this is what the government is saying. They're saying that the parliament security, the Lok Sabha Secretariat, all of that comes under the Speaker. The Speaker spoke on it yesterday, soon after the incident happened when Lok Sabha was reconvened. So they're saying, why are you putting the onus on the Home Minister that this is an attempt to essentially politicize it?
Who is politicizing it? We are not politicizing it. BJP's Amit yesterday night started to politicize. We are still asking the Honorable Home Minister of India, Mr. Amit Shah, to come to Parliament and make a statement. When this kind of security breach has happened, somebody has thrown gas house into the Parliament because of the BJP MP's pass.
I get it. It's very serious, sir. It's very serious. But the question is, who's accountable here? Is the Home Minister supposed to give a statement, or is the Lok Sabha Speaker supposed to speak on this?
It is a security breach. It's a security breach and intelligence failure. We need to understand the intelligence agencies or works under the Home Minister of India. Home Minister is Mr. Amit Shah. Therefore, what is the harm in asking the Home Minister of India to make a statement? We are unable to understand. We are really, there is no words. When we say that we want the Home Minister to make a statement in the Parliament of India, when the Parliament of India is being attacked or a security breach is there, we are said that thing that no, Speaker will make a statement, that is enough, hear it and go away. Where we are heading? Really, are we a responsible democracy or we are something else? Why the Home Minister is afraid to come to the Parliament? I am unable to understand.
Now, the other question is about the manner in which the opposition has protested. Do you think it was right, sir, or you're saying you didn't have a choice but to storm the well of the House?
When you know it very well that in the morning I gave particularly a adjournment motion. Particularly asking Honorable Home Minister to come to make a statement on the security breach, which is facilitated by a BJP MP. Therefore, we had asked for a statement. They were not ready for a statement. Then what else we do? We just be cheerleaders for them? We are opposition party. We have to ask responsible questions. When they wanted to bulldoze the opposition voices, they are suspending you. The greatest joke of the hour is this, that 14 MPs has been suspended. One among them is Salem MP, Parthiban, who has not come to Parliament today. And he is in Chennai. And he has been suspended. How? What he has done? This is the way the government is functioning. Government is making the Parliament a mockery. And the Parliament has become irrelevant in this for them. The Home Minister is not ready to come to Parliament.
With your suspension now, and the opposition, of course, has every right to come out and say that this is what we demand, this is what we want from the government. How will you take that fight forward now? An unprecedented 14 MPs are now suspended from the Lok Sabha, including you, sir.
We are very clear. India Alliance is very clear that we are united. We want the Home Minister to come and make a statement. We are told very clearly that we will continue to raise this thing. Tomorrow also we will raise it. Suspended 14 MPs will sit in Gandhi statue in front of the Parliament and we will protest. And other MPs will ask the same thing inside. We are 140 people are there. 14 has been suspended. Let them continuously suspend all the opposition MPs. Let them do this undemocratic thing which they have started it. The Modi government has completely lost its balance and they are just acting as if as an authoritative way, and this is demolishing the democratic processes in India, and it is unprecedented that 14 MPs, that also one MP who is not here in Delhi, has been suspended. Whether it has happened ever? New Parliament, new rules. Now.
Okay, so you're saying that tomorrow you will all be gathering, all the suspended MPs will be gathering at the Gandhi statue and taking forward your protest, demanding that the Home Minister speak on this. Mr. Manickam Tagore, thank you for joining us here on India Today and telling us exactly what transpired. The opposition saying we're united, we're going to demand those questions. We're going to demand those answers, essentially, from the government, come what may. All right, big breaking news that's coming in on the investigation. 4 accused who are currently in the custody of the Delhi police have been sent to 7 days police custody. Now, even as the prosecution counsel now has sought more custody, they say 10 days are needed. Right now, the Patiala House Court has granted 7 days custody and has said that can be extended if required for 7 days. Remember that, in fact, the Delhi police maintained that they need to find the other missing link, which is the accused Lalit, for which custody of the current accused was necessary. They also said they needed more details of where their phones are, how they hatched this conspiracy. Now, in fact, based on this particular argument, the lawyer who was representing the accused said, take their custody for 3 to 4 days. Based on what they're saying, there's no need for more than that. But the reality is that now, with the Delhi police making strong arguments for custody, 7 days custody has been granted now to the Delhi police of the 4 accused. And then post that, if the cops need more, the court has said, approach us, we will extend the custody if needed. And that's all we have time for on this broadcast. Thanks very much for tuning in.